Hey guys, Lorrena Magaña here with new Filmmakers LA, coming to you from the showroom here at Cambridge Studios in West Hollywood. Today I'm talking to director Marshall Wu about his new film, Paper Tiger. How are you?
Great.
So, how did you come up with the concept behind your film?
Actually, to be honest, I was in a writing class and I was supposed to come up with a short film idea that day, but I did not do my assignment. So I just crunch time and I'm going through basically all arsenal of all story I read. And suddenly it hit me that I grew up reading all the Chinese martial art novels. And this were the original paper. And I just think, how about if we take a martial arts heroes from modern day? How will it be like? And that's the original idea of Paper Tiger coming from.
Now, what was it like directing this film? Like, how long was the whole process from the time that from crunch time to, the finished product, what we see on film?
It actually is a very long process. I actually come out with the idea of Paper Tiger when I was in first year in USC, but I did not actually get to make it and see it happen until my last year. And it goes through with a lot of transformation. Sometimes you just feel what's the story you want to tell. And when I first come out with this idea, I didn't have an urge to tell it, but more like as I move on and throughout my study here, in the final year when I need to come up with one story, this is suddenly when this Paper Tiger's idea resurfaced again. And me and my producer talked, and we decided to push it in as a thesis film.
What was the rehearsal process like with your actors? Because your main actor is very specific in his movements and then his character, even though he doesn't say anything except for maybe tweaking one of the other characters.
Actually, that is the most interesting part of Paper Tiger. None of them, besides I think the dancer and the business monk, every other main character are not actors.
Really?
I think the hardest part for Paper Tiger's process is trying to find a kung fu monk in LA. And we cast a lot of actors, and some of them are very great, but it just didn't capture that essence. So eventually we actually go knock down every single kung fu dojo in the downtown, and we actually run into Master Lee, who is going to be our protagonist. And he is just not fresh out of boat, but he just recently come from China teaching Kung Fu here. He grew up in the Shaolin Monastery, a temple in China. So that character is him. So after seeing him, after talking to him, I decided to let him do whatever you want to portray that character. Because I think in understanding what a modern martial art monk going through, he has much more understanding than me. So I just tell him what the story is about. It's about passing over age, passing over culture, and a trap in the modern time, and how to readjust, that identity. And everything else about how that monk should act and should portray, and let him do it. And he did amazingly. That I don't think I was able to direct it. I just do my best to present him and his experience in front of camera.
And you do watch him, but it is a social commentary on, such a larger scale of, you have people that are coming over, from other countries who are bringing their cultures and with them, and how do they meld into this new area.
Yeah.
And, as someone who has come over from China, bringing with them cultures and an identity, and then now you're forced to sort of assimilate. How do you do that without losing it, essentially? And you see him get so frustrated, and especially at the end when he lets out, that cry, you feel for him, because it's tough. You're watching him try and adjust, and the fact that he can't interact in the beginning when that man is being, pushed down and beaten.
I think it's when I'm starting this film, even so, it's come from a Chinese martial art novel, idea coming from that. But when I started rewriting it, I started thinking it's as a Chinese film also, only. I'm thinking as like I mentioned before, the passing of culture. I think the process of modernization is and globalization is a process of how do we readjusting and readjusting our tradition and culture into a modern era. And for a lot of non-Western culture, but even for a lot of old European culture, it's a painful process because modern time is everything is fast, everything is unified, everybody is going to the same type of restaurant using the same kind of device. It's not like the old time where something is sacred, something is only you.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about Paper Tiger, I'm not thinking about China alone. I'm just thinking about what if somebody is from echo of like old culture. You can think if it's in the West, if it's the story taking the Western era, it will be more like if what happened if King Arthur and his Knights of Round Table survived to the modern day, and what will that kind of knight, try to readjust this tradition in the modern day when that tradition already lost all its meaning and purpose. And I think that cry in the end is more about the cry of tradition between tradition and modern instead of just China and America. It's more about an echo of the past. Really want to let people today knows what they used to be, and what in the process we become what we are today, what we lost. If his cry can make an audience glance back to the past just for 1 second, for him it's a success.
Now, what did you take away? What would you say one thing that really stuck with you from this process? Like, what did you take away from this film?
I think telling story in film media is one of the best adventure. That's what I was looking at. That when you're writing, you're alone, but when you're making a movie, you're going with a group of friends. I think the most precious thing for me this entire process is to find a friend that willing to go through this walk into fire with me, and tell the story together. And I think that's the most precious thing I got.
Well, Marcel, thank you so much for taking the time to talk
to us. Thank you very much for your time.
We look forward to everything that you have coming at you from a filmmaker standpoint. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.